comment with sister. The topic of my discussion is your life is incomplete without the mistakes of your past. Your life is incomplete without the mistakes of your past. Dear viewers, we know the truth. We often run from our failures, but what if God seems to see those things differently? What if your past pain or your regrets or mistakes is not a hindrance to God's blessing in your life? What if what you have undergone in the past is part of the way God has decided to use to sanctify your soul? Remember, your life is incomplete without the mistakes of your past. In this live stream, in this sharing, I want to use this opportunity to never message is especially you carrying part of your past regrets, part of your hidden wounds inside you, those pains you hardly forget. Remember, your wounds are not wasted. They are part of your own story. Have you ever looked back on your life and wished you could erase certain moments? Maybe it was a bad decision, a missed opportunity, a relationship that ended in pain, a sin that still echoes in your memory. Those eyes, your past is not trash to be, it is clay to be reshaped. Your life is incomplete without the mistakes of your past. Remember, from the Holy Scripture, we read about the story of Moses, how he killed a man, but God still called him to lead the people of Israel, his chosen people. Peter denied Christ, yet he became the rock. Paul persecuted the church, but he later became the greatest missionary. Dear friend, what is it that is in your life that is causing you so much pain, that has made you to regret? I wish I never did this. I wish I never did that. Remember, your story is incomplete without the mistakes of your past. These people we have read from the scripture, David and a lot of them, they did not succeed because of their strengths. They succeeded because the grace of God met them at their worst and lifted them higher. We live in a world that celebrates flawless records, curated lives, but the gospel is a story of scars. There is no saint, no human person without his past. The only thing is that whenever you remember that you have fallen and ask God's grace to enable you to stand up again, you are never a failure. Just things turned out differently from what you earlier projected. Your mistakes, when offered to God, become medicine for others. They become empathy. They become wisdom. they become your testimony. That is the reason we see in families, parents try to advise their children, please don't make the same mistake I made in my youthful time. Don't do this, don't do that. Always giving correction, trying to discipline their children because they wouldn't want them to make the same mistake they made in the past. That is where instrument of testimony, an instrument of teaching, an instrument of guidance, especially to those around us. I still repeat, without your past, you might never have compassion. Without failure, you might never have humility. Without your mistake, you might never know mercy. Don't erase your past. You might never know mercy. Reclaim it with grace. God uses all things, including your past, for good. Romans chapter 8, verse 28 tells us that the memory of failure can become fuel for mercy and mission. When you reject your past, you reject a part of your formation. Your story may be someone else's survival guide. Don't remain in your past. Step forward. Better things are waiting for you. Remember, your wounds are like stars. Listen to this poem I wrote just to help me describe better this very topic. I tried to hide the broken parts. This poem is still part of this. Never abandon your past. Your mistakes of the past are like scars. I try to hide the broken part page, the guilty start, but grace in and leads the pain. Turned my loss to holy gain. Now every pain I try to hide is where his mercy did abide. The parts I feared would be my end became the part he used to send. Your mistakes, like stars, will light your sky. Don't curse your past, redeem it, give it a try. Always remember to ask God in your prayers to help you accept the things you can never change in your life. These are part of the prayers that St. Francis prayed. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that cannot change in my life. God sees the hidden pages of every life, the parts we hide in shame or silence. Today, let us offer them and bring them back to God, that He may take our regrets, our wounds, our broken chapters, and make them a testimony. Let nothing in your life be wasted. Use every mistake for a mission. You are not disqualified by your past. You are deepened by it. Your mistakes are not shameful, they are a proof that God's grace heals. God does not edit your story to make it perfect. He anoints your past to make it powerful. Dear friend, never forget the road you have already journeyed. Your life is a testimony for others. Make it a blessing. And one other thing I would want you to always remember when you think about your past that makes you to shed tears. Nothing falls away when mistakes become milestones. Broken chapters of every life is the turning point of every soul. How every mistake shape your story depends on how you allow yourself reformed and transformed by God. Because from your mistakes, you can move from grace to grace and rewrite your story. May God continue to bless you as you strive daily to do what is pleasing to God. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And after watching, kindly share to your friends. Invite them to subscribe. This channel, A Moment with Prisca, will always offer you something good for your soul. Thank you so much. Don't forget to drop your comments, your questions, anything you feel you may need an answer in the comment section. I will surely try my best to give a response to it. Have a good time and may God